Hello and welcome to my top 10 favourite Pokemon games, not including remakes. Number 10, Pokemon Ranger. It was the first of the Ranger games, and was ultimately the worst of them. But not a bad game. Really the biggest problem I have with it is the too long of an intro. And you can't even use cheats to speed it up, it just crashes the game. Number 9, Black and White 2. They had badass villains and a good post-game, for the most part. So, pretty good. Gold, Silver and Crystal. I only played Gold and Silver when I was younger, but I have a lot of fond memories of these games, but it's too bad I cannot relive them easily because the battery thing in the games to make the realistic clockwork will have died out, so it's a bit difficult to get them replaced. But I do love the whole thing of you being able to have your Pokemon walk behind you in how Gold and Soul Silver made it better with more Pokemon to travel with you. And I would love to see this mechanic return. Number 7, Ranger Shadows of Alum, or however you pronounce that. I loved playing this game and it's just a lot of fun. I like it. Moving on. Number 6, Ranger Guardians of Signs. Definitely the best of the 3 Ranger games. And again, a whole lot of fun. Moving on. Number 5, Pokemon Colosseum. In this you play as an ex-Team Snag'em member Wes. And you go around with a girl, I forgot it, Rui, a girl to steal shadow Pokemon, which are Pokemon who have had the doors to their hearts closed. You steal them from their trainers and then you purify them or open up their hearts. It's a lot of fun. It has the darkest story of any Pokemon game, new mechanics and everything, and I love it apart from Mount Battle. Any of you who have done Mount Battle will understand why I don't like Mount Battle. Number 4, Pokemon XD. Pokemon XD is the sequel to Colosseum, and it improves on almost everything here. You play as a child who goes around purifying shadow Pokemon, and it is interesting. Has an interesting scrapped plot that I may talk about one day. The only thing this does worse than its predecessor is it doesn't have a dark story. Oh, and this all takes place 5 years after the first game. Number 3, X and Y. Really good, solid games, fun to play and fun to replay. But it does have a lackluster post game. Number 2, Red, Blue, Green and Yellow. I loved playing these when I was a kid, and they still hold up remarkably well. But it does not mean time has not helped it. It's incredibly, unbelievably glitched, even for the time it was glitched. I mean, have you seen Glitch City? And it is just broken to all heck. It's one of the most broken games I've ever seen. It is barely serviceable and seems a bit rushed, especially with missing no being due to incompleted Pokemon data. An honourable mention is the Pokemon Explorers series. They are fun to play, and the Gen 4 one, like Explores the Sky, Time and everything, had the best story, and all have they really have contributed to like the overarching plot of Pokemon as a whole, with more focusing on the side of Pokemon and their powers, and how Pokemon would, it's just like showing you more about what Pokemon can do and a bit more behind the lore of Pokemon. I just could not find them a place on the list. It barely got beaten out by Pokemon Ranger by a molecule, and I'm having a hard time even now deciding which is better. So consider them an honorary 11th place. The dungeons were a bit more fun to go through. If they were a bit more fun to go through, then they would be at number 10, but they do tend to pull some bullshit stuff with the traps and enemy placements in it. Or like one time I come into the dungeon, I spawn on top of an enemy trap, and the room just fills with enemies and my team gets entirely annihilated. It's bullshit moments like that hold this game back. The randomly generated dungeon idea is cool though. Also, fighting Primal Dialga is a bitch. Also, I never played the original Gen 3 ones, so I cannot judge them fairly. Number 1. My favourite Pokemon games are Diamond, Pearl and Platinum. They fixed so much and added new evolutions and pre-evolutions to past Pokemon. And Platinum was the cherry on top of the awesomeness sundae, with a better plot and more character development. It was everything and more that we could ask for in a third game, and I would love to see remakes with Primal Dialga and the Primal Palkia with a Mega Giratina. That would be awesome.